Okay, first of all, I just want to say that that song gave me chills.
Yeah, it was so good.
With the harmonies and the I'm right here, like everybody needs a friend. That song is so relatable. It was so well written, and you two performed it so well. It was so just acoustic, raw. Loved it. Round of applause.
And they just wrote it on Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's
talk
amazing.
about talent.
Yeah.
Okay,
so good.
That was just great. So, I mean, you'll definitely want to hear more at the event next weekend. But moving forward with the show and our topic of conversation, we've pulled in Jeff Olson into the conversation. Thanks a lot for being here with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Of course. So, part of the beneficiary of Drewpalooza is it aims to support and promote mental health awareness and do it for Daniel. So how did you get involved with this festival?
Actually, well, people don't know this, but Drew graduated from Michigan High School. Drew actually played football for me.
Oh, okay.
Played 4 years, and then he's actually working in the Michigan School District, and he approached me in the spring, in the fall, I think, and told me all this. What was going on, what he wanted to do with his birthday and this event. And at first I kind of thought it was just Drew being Drew and talking, and found out later that no, this is a huge event. I'm so glad that they brought mental health awareness into this big event. So anything that we can do to talk about mental health and mental illness and get it out in the open, you know, obviously try to get rid of the stigma but what I always say and all through my presentations is we're just trying to create understanding. So people that are struggling don't understand what they're going through, people that their loved ones don't understand what they're going through. So anytime we can do something like this just to talk about mental health and mental illness is a great thing. So, you know, I'm really appreciative for these guys and Drew to, you know, being part of his birthday celebration to be able to talk about it and get this out in the open.
And for somebody watching the show that maybe doesn't know your full story, or maybe this is the first time they've heard of Do It for Daniel, how did you start that, and what is your mission now?
Well, you know, Daniel started struggling when he was in 6th grade, so you're talking 2004. He ended up taking his life in 2012. That whole time and even after that, you know, we didn't understand. He didn't understand what he was going through. We didn't understand it. Even ultimately taking his life, you know, all of a sudden, you know, everybody's wondering, you know, what's going on. You know, they don't understand how can somebody do that. What is mental illness? Well, it's an illness of the brain. So, because we didn't understand, because he didn't understand, we thought right away that we wanted to put this out in the open. We wanted to educate ourselves. Because we didn't want anybody else to have to go through what our son Daniel went through. We don't want anybody to have to go through what, you know, we went through as parents, what our family went through. So it's all about creating this understanding that this is a medical illness. You know, and there's actual physical things that are happening in your brain that it's hard for people to understand. You know, connections are off. There's deficiencies. You know, your heart doesn't work properly if the connections are off and blood's not getting to your heart, and it's the same thing with a medical illness of the brain. You know, and people have to understand that it's medical. There's physical things that are happening that cause you to, your thoughts are skewed. You can't get happy thoughts to where they need to be, where you can feel them. Sad thoughts don't get to be where they need to be to rationalize. So. But the good news about it is it's treatable. But it's different for everybody. The treatment's different for everybody. You know, a lot of people, you have to have patience. People don't have patience because we're used to having maybe a one-pill answer or something like that. So, you know, more and more people now, you know, you're talking 2004, 2012, you know, when he ultimately took his life, more and more people are coming forward, maybe doing events like this. Famous people are coming forward with their story. So it's getting a little better, but it's, you know, we always say this, it's moving at a snail's pace, and anything we can do to bring that awareness out in the open, you know, is a great thing.
Yeah, and I think about 2004 to 2024, where we are 20 years later, to have an event with so much life, so much energy, and then the focus being on mental health, resources, support. You wouldn't even find that in 2004. To match the two together would have been like thought of as being wrong. You can't talk about
like
mental
how can
health.
you have fun and be dancing and celebrating?
So in that aspect, we are bringing it to places where we can just engage in the conversation in a much more relaxed way, personal way, to be able to share those stories.
Yeah, no question, because you know, we have an event like this, we can talk about it because we know more and more people, like I said, famous people that are talking about their story. So it normalizes it a little bit. It shows a little bit how common this is. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we go from the fall to, well, what is this going to be about? But now you're getting excited. I mean, their song was phenomenal. And, you know, I'm looking forward to being there and listening to a lot of different bands and, you know, having some good music and some good food.
And so you coached Drew. I didn't realize that you knew him so well.
Oh, yeah.
How would you describe Drew?
Drew's Drew. That's how I describe it. So one thing, you know, throughout, you know, when Drew played his 2 years of varsity for us, he also played at the younger levels. But, you know, he didn't get a lot of playing time. His senior year, he did score a touchdown. That was phenomenal. I didn't realize how great of a musician he was, because we had a talent show his senior year, and he went up and did a drum solo, and he had the place rocking. The student body was on their feet, and you know, so that was a great thing, and that opened my eyes about Drew. But just listening to the song, now he's got a voice to go with you know, his musical talent. So you know, it's always cool for me to see former players, former students do great things after they get out of high school, and Drew's doing that.
Yeah. Well, I love the work you all are doing. I love the collaboration. It sounds like such an incredible event. We're going to take one more break here, or another break, I should say, and we have more for you when we come back.